Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, today has to be a very expedited stream because IRL stuff. I have until Sunday to pack my things and get out of the room. And today's Friday, and it's a Kamen Rider night, so there's a lot of things I have to do in the next few minutes or so. So I'm gonna try to give myself at least 15 minutes of work. I owe you guys that, so let's not waste any time. So I believe we started section 3 yesterday. So one of the biggest differences between Tohno and Nanaya is how they view violence. For Tohno, and really most people, violence is something that breaks your life apart. When Tohno gets placed into a fight, it pulls him away from his normal routines, his school life, and the person he wants to be. Okay. His school life and the person he wants to be. Because killing isn't... When I think of Shiki Tohno, I don't associate him with killing. So, killing isn't who he is. Killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he has to deal with. Because once someone comes to try to takes his life, he has to defend himself. And if people die if they are killed. I did it. We had to have a fate reference at least once in this stream. But killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he has to deal with. He hates dealing with. He hates dealing with. Alright, so I think that's good. Killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he hates dealing with. So as for Nanaya, that's a complete inverse. So tomorrow, if I have time tomorrow, I should be all packed and everything. My new barracks room is a lot older than this, but I'm gonna try to do the same exact setup. Stuff right in front of me, this right behind me. I'll try to get my PC set up eventually. Like, I have my gaming rig that I was supposed to put together this weekend, but oh hey, you're moving. I'm like, oh, bet. Okay, besides that, let's continue this. So for Nanaya, violence isn't an interruption. It's the foundation of who he is. Because it's kind of hard not to associate Nanaya with violence, some sort of violence. Yeah, an interruption. Violence isn't an interruption. It's the foundation of his existence. So one of the biggest differences between Tohno and Nanaya is how they view violence. For Tohno, and really for most people, violence isn't something that breaks your life apart. When Tohno gets placed into a fight, it pulls him away from his normal routines, his school life, and the person he wants to be. Killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he hates dealing with. For Nanaya, violence isn't an interruption. It's the foundation of his existence. If that night never happened. If I can actually spell... We'll do We the Audience again. Because remember, not only did he kill Nero, he killed Nero after he dealt with his gimmick. Because you have to kill all 666 beasts to even kill Nero. That's... Nanaya's busted. Well, Tohno/Nanaya's busted. I forgot the hyphen. It's well, we don't even need to do the hyphen there. Let's play 10 more minutes. Again, I do apologize for the really short stream, but I got a lot of shit to take care of in the next few hours. I gotta go do one more luggage drop off, come back, do Common Rider. Later tonight, I gotta do sprite animation stuff. But I owe it to you guys to do at least a few minutes of this tonight. Do I want to fulfill? Yeah, we do. No, we don't. Person who was bred and trained by the Nanaya family. There we go. We're being sassy. Because his childhood was cut short. Because his childhood was cut short by the massacre. By the massacre. But to be a little bit cheeky, became the only language he knew. He ever learned to speak fluently. Yeah, it became the only language he could learn to speak fluently. We're being very sassy. Because his child was cut short by the massacre, his instincts. He ever learned fluently. Okay, let me read this one more time. Also, as usual, cherish your liver. I do have to finish this soju in the next couple of hours. It's wild that they sell this for like $3 at my duty station. Like, this is 13% alcohol. Y'all try to murder people. Okay, besides that, let's do this. One of the biggest differences between Tohno and Nanaya is how they view violence. For Tohno, and really for most people, violence is something that breaks your life apart. Violence is something that breaks your life apart. When Tohno gets placed into a fight, it pulls him away from his normal routines, his school life, and the person he wants to be. Killing isn't killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he hates dealing with. For Nanaya, violence isn't an interruption. It's the foundation of his existence. We, the audience, see firsthand what he's capable of through his various feats. A person who was, person who was bred and trained by the Nanaya family to hunt demonic entities. Because his childhood was cut short by the massacre, his instincts became the only language he ever learned fluently. I can see someone saying that's cheesy. But it's fine. A little bit of dramatization never hurt anybody. Alright. Just gotta make sure Mark didn't text me. Do I want to add any more here? We got like 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna try to add like a couple more sentences, but we'll start wrapping it up tonight. And tomorrow, once I'm done actually moving, I'll try to do another stream. But tonight, this has to be a short stream because I gotta go do one more moving trip. do Kamen Rider with my old tournament buddies, come back later, do sprite animation, then do one more trip. By Sunday, I gotta be out of here. Okay, so what do I want to do here? No. Tsukihime multiplayer. Yeah, I'm already getting pinged. Fuck! Alright. Okay. So my buddy's already pinging me for Kamen Rider. Alright, we got 20 minutes. So I got 20 minutes left to do that. So let's just go over this again. So tomorrow, what I'm gonna do, well, I can actually just do a couple more sentences and we'll start wrapping it up. Alright, in Tsukihime Melty Blood, plenty of people, plenty of characters kill people. Arcade's mission. I don't want to give specifics because we know that already. The good thing about Typhoon and Tsukihime in general is there's a lot of information going around, but you might dig yourself into a rabbit hole. As in, I was about to write Arcade. Arcade's mission is to kill dead apostles. Makes sense. That's what she does. But there's a lot of detail we can go into that. The who, what, where, when, and how, and why. That's why I gotta be careful here. So he made most of plenty of characters kill people. What makes Nanaya stand out is how... We'll just keep it in Nanaya then. We gotta say effortlessly, because again, you saw we didn't see it, but we read what he did in Nero, and we seen the aftermath of what happened to Arcade. All right, I'll give examples of that later, but let me do one last read of this, then we'll wrap it up. Because again, unfortunately, I do have to start doing stuff. One of the biggest differences between Tohno and Nanaya is how they view violence. For Tohno, and really for most people, violence isn't something that breaks your life apart. When Tohno gets placed into a fight, it pulls him away from his normal routines, his school life, and the person he wants to be. Killing isn't who he is. It's a necessity he hates dealing with. For Nanaya, violence isn't an interruption. It's the foundation of his existence. We, the audience, see firsthand out what he is capable of through his various feats. A person who was bred and trained by the Nanaya family to hunt demonic entities. Because his childhood was cut short by the massacre, his instincts became the only language he ever learned fluently. In Tsukihime and Melty Blood, plenty of characters kill people. What makes Nanaya stand out is how effortlessly good he is at it. Effortlessly. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to actually say, but it's all good. Alright. Anyways, good shit, everybody. Like I said, unfortunately, due to IRL work shenanigans, I gotta clear this room in a couple of days, so I gotta start packing stuff. So tomorrow we'll do more stuff. I'll try to do at least another 30 minutes tomorrow. I gotta do Kamen Rider with my buddies in a few minutes. I gotta do sprite animation stuff later. Then I gotta continue making these trips. But good shit. Enjoy the VOD. I'll see y'all tomorrow for some more of this. Bye, guys. Take care.